Of course, it's yeah, quite a easy question because I grew up seeing my dad racing and going to the races every weekend. So he was kind of my idol, and it's funny how fast it went, and now I'm riding all the races he did in his whole career. I found it like maybe the most challenging. It's everything needs to be in the right place, in the right time, in the right position. All the details count, and it's such a combination of everything. And when one part is missing, the whole race is gone. And I think it's that's the beauty of the sport. During the week, most of the trainings are on the road, but one time we have a group training in the forest doing our cyclocross training, and yeah, it's full of intensity, technical training, explosivity work, small intervals and running sections. It's the most fun to do. I think I made a really big step this year, coming into the elite category and immediately winning the first 2 races. So it went way better than I expected, but it's a big difference coming from under 23 and junior races into the elite. You have to be 100% to battle with the big guys. But of course, if you can handle it and you can manage to get in the final and to win some races, it's so much bigger than what I ever did. Limus 30. It's my most like. I like to ride with the Limus 30 the most of the time. It's a tire that really suits me and also suits the kind of races I like. Super slippery, like surface, but on a hard, fast rolling course. A little bit higher pressure, and then just ripping it. It's what I like in a course, what I like in a tire, and when I'm on my best racing. Mud, for sure. And that's a difficult one, the right pressure or the right thread. Let me say the right pressure, actually, yes. For sure, bunny hopping the barriers. Limus. Maybe it's a secret, but I never glued my tires myself. So I would pick like cleaning my bike and everything after the race. You can give me a kiss of my girlfriend. Yeah. That's no question. For sure, Italian wine. I will combine both after the season, but I prefer the seaside. Singing in the shower. I did some super strong races this year, and I'm 100% sure he in his best time would have had problems trying to beat me in certain races. For example, in Waterloo in the World Cup. But like his consistency was so good during the whole year, so I would still have trouble trying to catch up for the week after week, race after race. But I'm quite like sure I would beat him one time. I'm confident about that. Not this year, maybe not next year, but I will be there. And I will just try to grow step by step and put myself together with them in the next couple years, beginning this year. Magic. I think it gives me the best range of all possibilities you can like think of, and kind of race scenarios and everything. It gives me a range, and also other riders, that you can really personalize to your preferences and your weak and strong points, and I think that's really important. Yeah, in tubular version it's for sure the Limes 30, but I like all of them. I mean, the Grifo also, it's a tire where we race maybe 60 or 70% from the whole season on the Grifo. Gives me a little bit more support than what other brands would do, and I feel that difference. And in a tubeless, it's difficult to say. I really like the gravel tires, to be honest. It's a difficult process. It starts already before the race, like trying to figure out, looking at the bikes coming from the recon, seeing how much mud there is and what they are doing, and then you go out on the course and feel it yourself. And sometimes I still make a change 30 minutes before the race starts, so it's a constant like moving around and seeing what's the best option to start. And sometimes I also make the change in the race, so I'm quite like happy with how we figure it out every time. I think it's really important. It depends most of the time on how soft the surface is. If you're like going in quite deep, or you can stay on the top, it's a hard surface or not. Do you need really like the width, or is it just trying to go through it and cut through it instead of floating on the top? Yeah, it's different every week, but that's kind of how I try to find the balance. Yeah, as I said, it's all depending on how the surface is. Sometimes you need the 33 to really try to float on the sand or float on the mud when it's really thick, heavy pack, and don't try to get you sucked in completely. But sometimes it's a little bit thinner, more slippery, and then I have the feeling that 30 really cuts completely through it when you throw it into a rut or just in a mud section. It really gives me like a lot of traction going into fast handling corners. It really depends. Most of the time we store them down here in like the bike placement, or in my truck where I have all the wheels installed. Dry them after you clean them. I think it's the best tip I can share, because yeah, the tubulars will go and last so much longer when you clean them and dry them very good. Just try to find your own way, do your own thing. Don't listen and copy what other people are saying. You can learn from this, but you still have to figure it out yourself, and from this you can really grow step by step, and getting to know your bike, yourself, the track, and it will give you so much steps ahead when you can do this in an early phase of your career.